everyone, and welcome back to Bobby Valentine to Hanashima Show with Bobby Valentine and Frankie Rampin. Frankie, how are you after this long Memorial Day holiday here in the U.S.? We had a lot that happened since our last show.
Oh, yes. Doing great, Bobby. Had a great Memorial Day weekend. Saw some baseball. How about yourself? How you doing out there in California?
Everything's great, especially since I got to see Yusei Kikuchi get his first win, which we'll talk about. But again, the news is so dominated by the Japanese players who are pitching better than most anyone out there and hitting better than most anyone out there. Hell's bells. Who do we have on the top of the show?
Always got to lead off with the man, Shohei Ohtani. Another week where he does some crazy things. On the same day that he threw his first time throwing to live pitching, faced live pitching at Citi Field on Sunday before they played a game on Sunday Night Baseball. Here he is facing Hae-Sung Kim right there, doing a little Shohei impression there. Nice, beautiful work by him. He's unbelievable. Pitching for the first time against hitters on Sunday. Plays in the game. Obviously, he's the leadoff hitter. Look at that pitch. Catcher can't even make the catch there. Leadoff hitter in the night game, 7 o'clock. And what's he do on the second pitch of the game? Hits a homer. Unbelievable. Shohei Ohtani doing only things that he can do. And look at this. How many swings and misses did you count there in that, 10-second video? About 8. He's unbelievable. And like I mentioned, homering on the second pitch of the game off of Kodai Senga. That was the night before. This was Monday on Memorial Day. And he didn't even wait till the second pitch this time. This time, first pitch out of there, 2 days in a row with leadoff homer for Shohei. 19 home runs, leads all of baseball.
Yeah, a couple things to mention. He's throwing batting practice to hitters who are trying to hit the ball, and he's doing it without a screen because he finishes in such perfect fielding shape. So he thinks if they hit one back at him, he's not going to get hit. Everyone's worried about his health. He's not worried because he's a great athlete. That he can throw the live batting practice session and then play in the game in the same day is pretty remarkable during recovery. Now, his rehab looks like it's going to get him through the All-Star break, where he'll stretch it out to probably throwing 75 pitches in that simulated effort. And then after the All-Star break, I think he's going to be ready to go to pitch and hit and lead that team to another National League championship. Who else was pretty good this week from the Japanese side? My dog, JB, thinks that he wants to be part of this show, but he's not going to be part of this show. It's just me and you, Frankie. So take it away.
Yeah, JB's excited about these performances by the Japanese players, as he should be, because another Dodger, Shohei Ohtani's teammate, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, had another 2 great starts since last time we talked. Last start against the Arizona Diamondbacks at Dodger Stadium, took a no-hitter into the 7th inning, absolutely dicing up the Diamondbacks' bats. He looked unhittable in this game, and he actually gave up the first hit with 2 outs in the 7th inning, did end up making it through 7, struck out 10 batters.
Yeah, he's got all of his pitches working for him. He's healthy. And for the first third of the season, you'd have to think that he and Senga are the front runners for the National League Cy Young Award, even though it's only a third of the season. But that's almost 50 games in that they're excelling.
Yes, Kodai Senga and Yoshinobu Yamamoto have been exceptional. Senga had that start against the Dodgers on Sunday night. They actually missed facing off against one another by 1 day. Senga pitched on Sunday night, Yamamoto on Monday, but Senga gave up a leadoff home run to Shohei Ohtani, like I mentioned before, but that was the only run he gave up all game. ERA down to 1.22. That is the lowest among qualified pitchers. Kodai Senga continues to do well, picked up his 5th win of the year against a tough Dodgers lineup.
And 1.22 happens to be the same ERA that Bob Gibson had in 1968, the year before they lowered the mound at the major league level. So the pitching from at least the Japanese arms is dominating right now.
Yes, it is. And another guy who was dominant this week picked up his first win for his new team. Yusei Kikuchi worked against the Marlins this past week. And I believe picked up the win to give the Angels their 10th win in a row. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Bobby.
Yeah, it was the 8th win in a row, but he's pitched this well most of the games. This time he got the W. I sent him a nice bottle of champagne. He was appreciative, of course, but I hope it's one of many where, Yusei is healthy, is leading the staff of the Angels out of the basement where they were, and hopefully his next start will also propel the Angels up toward the leaderboard in the American League West.
Yes, we've talked a lot about how Yusei Kikuchi has taken some tough luck losses, not had a lot of things go his way, some cheap hits, some short porch homers, some not so good fielding behind him, but finally everything came together, was able to pick up his first win, but his numbers are still exceptional. 54 strikeouts, a 3.1 ERA. He looks unbelievable, and he finally got the payoff that he needed. And maybe it was because one of his fellow countrymen, Lintaro Sasaki, was there for the first time at the Angels game, and I believe you ran into him too, Bobby.
Yeah, we were behind home plate together watching the game, and he brought the good luck from Iwate. He brought it so that Yusei could get that first win. We were happy, and the Angel family was happy. So we'll see if that can go. And of course, he's always invited to Angel Stadium. Now that the Stanford University baseball season is over, we hope to see him around more often. Living up in Northern California, it's a nice, easy flight down to Orange County. But, it's not only the pitching that is exciting people from the Japanese side, but the hitting is also, because we have an RBI leader who also hails from Japan, and he plays for another leader in the National League Central, and that's the Chicago Cubs.
Yes, the Chicago Cubs, led by the offensive explosion this year of Seiya Suzuki. Seiya Suzuki and Kyle Tucker have really been propelling this Chicago Cubs offense. They've been unbelievable. Suzuki with 14 home runs, that's tied for 8th in the league, and 49 home runs, leads the league, even more than the big bad Aaron Judge. More RBIs from Seiya Suzuki, even than the Aaron Judge. It's unbelievable to watch him hit. Another homer this weekend against Cincinnati. Seiya Suzuki is on fire.
Yeah, he's on fire. And, the milestone at the major league level is 100 RBIs. That's where you want to get to. And above that, of course, is exceptional. And a third of the way through the season, he's almost at 50 RBIs, runs batted in. That's a credit to his team to get on base ahead of him. And you mentioned Kyle Tucker, who's one of the MVP candidates of the early going here in the National League. But it's fun to watch all of these players excelling at the MLB level. And, hopefully they can stay healthy. Hopefully they can keep the ball rolling, and our show will be exciting for the entire year, because we'll hear about things like a round tripper. A round tripper, that's what we call a home run at times here in MLB. And the reason we call a round tripper a home run is because
you got to go home to home, right? When you take on a trip, where are you going to go? When you're taking a round trip flight, a round trip vacation, you're going from your home to somewhere else and you're coming back home. Round trip or no, just the same, home to home.
Home to home, it is. That's a round tripper. And there's also another crazy little term when a hitter gets a hit that goes over the infield but lands before the outfielders and after the infielders in the air. They call that a Texas leaguer. A Texas league hit, they would call it. And the reason for that, Frankie?
Yeah, I just found out this one from you, Bobby. So apparently the Texas League, the minor leagues, or the lower level league, they would consider this a Texas leaguer because the Texas League hitters are not hitting the ball as far. They're not as professional of a hitters. They're not MLB level hitters. So they're not hitting as hard or as far, really. So there goes the term Texas leaguer.
Yeah, for years, that's what they would say. Oh, he belongs in the Texas League. He can't hit it very far. And when they hit it and get a hit, but it wasn't hit far. It was called a Texas leaguer. Where there's a lot of things to talk about in MLB. We want anyone out there to write into us, ask us a question, send your photographs. I found a great photograph here in the Tommy Lasorda collection. I hope everyone could see that one. That's Sadahara O and Tommy Lasorda in Vero Beach, Florida. Yeah, that's in 1980. Sadahara O's last year when the Tokyo Giants visited the Dodgers, then the LA Dodgers, in their spring training camp of Vero Beach, Florida. Lots of photos to pop up on this show. Lots of things to talk about. Frankie, you did another great job. And until next week, I'm asking everyone to have fun, stay safe, and remember, Steel Sports is presenting this show, and we're proud to say that. Take care. See you all next week. Thank you.